You won't believe this. The Knicks finally win a game on the road. They defeat the Dallas Mavericks by a score of 113-111 in a gritty, gutty, heart-filled effort by the New York Knicks on national television, which saw them win in late game situations and execute when it mattered most. And this Knicks team improves to 9-5 through 14 games. And why is that significant, Knicks fans? Hold your head up high, because that's the best record that this franchise has had through 14 games in 30 years. Yes, let that digest on your system. My name is Poppa Left. I'm the host of Your Knicks. If you're enjoying my content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so we can get this channel out to Knicks fans like you. I could gaslight you if you want. I can gaslight you. I know we were up till 12:15 watching that game. I know we watched the Knicks miss 5 free throws in a row late in the game. That included Landry Shamet missing 2, Mitchell Robinson missing 2, Jalen Brunson missing 1. I know that we watched our team being down to the Dallas Mavericks, headed by D'Angelo Russell, Najee Marshall, P.J. Washington Jr., Jaden Hardy, Brandon Williams, Derek Lively, and company. I know we almost lost to that team. But at the end of the day, we are in a win good, loss bad Knicks Twitter timeline. And we didn't lose. There was a lot of bad, but the win was good. And at the end of the day, that kind of determines what I'm allowed to say on here. So I'll try to take the positives out of this. I'll try. Here's number 1 in terms of long-term, psycho-obsessed, like championship level things to be concerned about. Number 1, the Knicks were in a dogfight against the Mavs, and I looked at the stats, and no Knick was above 35 minutes. That's good. I like that. The night before, we had 3 guys in 40 minutes. So at least we balanced out the minutes allocation. Maybe that has to do with Jalen Brunson being in there, extending the rotation to 9, even though Mohamed Diawara was the 9th man in that rotation. But hey, Mohamed Diawara doubled his minutes. He got 2 minutes last night. Good stuff, Mike Brown. Way to develop the kid. What else happened? Jalen Brunson gets the assist when it matters most. The Knicks were down 108-106, and the Knicks pulled away with a steal. Landry Shamet passes to Brunson in the corner, and then he drives and sprays back to the relocating Shamet in the corner. That was good. That wasn't like, hey, we're stopping our process because it's the end of the game. But here's the reality. Here's what I'm seeing from this team. I'm going to get into some roster situations that I don't like, and I'm going to get into some mentality things that I don't like. Let's start with the mentality. This team shoots a lot of threes, and they're not going to stop shooting threes. So if you think like they're going to switch up their style, like that's not happening. Here's what they have to be very cognizant of. If they are missing threes, okay, I've already told you, go to the basket, get some layups, whatever. They're probably not going to do that. I'm telling you right now. What they need to do is they always need to pride themselves on the defensive effort. Through the first couple like sections of this game, up until the last part before the first half, when the Knicks went to a zone, and they didn't just sit back in the zone, they actually had this kind of like elevator concept where they had guys coming up in the zone and trapping, and they had Mikal Bridges stopping the ball at the top of the zone and stopping the ball movement, and then they had traps on the wings. They need to start playing a little bit more aggressive, just even if it means that they give up more wide open shots. I want to see the Knicks experiment with that zone a little bit more, because that was the best stretch of basketball they had. They were down 47-41 at the end of the first half, and then they had Yabusele on the floor, Clarkson, Brunson, Bridges, and I forget who the 5th guy was. I think it was Cat. Brunson also had a nice little pick and roll with Cat, who got a dunk in that section of the game. And that's kind of like how they have to play. They have to play as a unit and play aggressive on defense and try to create steals. Because if they're going to sit and drop and they're going to pack the paint and they're going to give up wide open threes anyways, you might as well take some chances to at least force some turnovers, which they did. And again, that zone gave up a bunch of wide open looks too. It's not like that zone was giving up nothing. Like that zone looked good. They played it for like 6 possessions, and 3 possessions yielded wide open threes for the Mavericks. But the Mavericks went cold during that section, and the Knicks took a 47-41 basketball game, and they took it to 52-50 into the half. Here's the other part where I'm talking about roster construction and a need that we definitely have, which is the backup point guard position. Jalen Brunson left last night's game with 20. I think he left the game with 27 points in the third quarter. I think he left the game with 27 points in the third quarter. I could be wrong. But the Knicks were up 77-70. They finally found rhythm on offense. They finally were putting up a lot of points. I think they scored 35 points in that third quarter. And they were up 77-70. Brunson subs out. And the next time Brunson was in, it was the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. And the Knicks were down to the Mavericks 98-96 after a Deuce McBride 3 cut the game to 98-96. They were 96-91, 96-94. Or it might have been the other way, 98, 96, 93, 96. What I'm saying is the Knicks stink without Brunson. That's what I'm saying. Right now, like I've seen enough games. They don't have a backup point guard. You can't tell Mikal Bridges to be a point guard. That theory is done. He could bring the ball up with Brunson to get him off ball, but he can't be a point guard. Like he's not a point guard. Karl-Anthony Towns can hold gravity in a half-court set, but he's not an initiator of our offense. Right? Jordan Clarkson can be a microwave scorer off the bench, but he's not a point guard. Okay? Josh Hart can create energy and run around like a nut job, but he's not a point guard. Right now, they are operating without a secondary point guard. And Brunson is just kind of like embracing the fact that he is the head of the snake and he has to spray and he has to pass more often in the offense than he's used to. So he's not really acclimated fully into his role, though I do think he's doing a good job. And Brunson played a really good game coming back from injury last night. He found his rhythm from the three-point line. It opened up his dribble drive, and his floater was good. He was struggling with his floater the previous game against the Magic when he got injured. So I thought Brunson had a really good game, all jokes aside and all anxiety and anger aside. But yeah, we need a backup point guard. It is what it is. Tyler Kolek was drafted to be our backup point guard. It's now year 2. 19-year-old Mohamed Diawara is playing over him. Dadier's not playing. Kolek's not playing. Hukporti's not playing. That crop of draft picks from last year is complete duds. So Mike Brown and Leon Rose and Worldwide West and Walt Perrin and all these guys in the front office, Allen Houston, I don't care who it is. Y'all got to go get me a backup point guard because I can't be essing bricks and watching bricks when Jalen Brunson leaves the floor. And this goes back to the mentality I was talking about. This team, when they're missing shots, forgets the idea of playing defense and playing with pace. They play, and the irony, I've been saying this all season, the irony of people calling Jalen Brunson a ball hog, it's recency bias from the last couple of years. He's not being a ball hog when he's on the floor. He's actually bringing the pace that Mike Brown wants. It may not be the prototype of a point guard that you like, but as far as keeping the ball moving in motion, guys, driving, cutting, spraying, all those kinds of things, Brunson's being able to head that kind of offense. Brunson had one really bad shot late in the fourth quarter last night. He took a 3 when the Knicks were down 1. I think it was 199. And he was kind of going for a kill shot to get up a full possession, up 2 points. And I just didn't like that shot. But other than that, like he's been manning the offense very well. When he leaves the game, everything seems to slow down. And what's really frustrating is the last game that Kolek had an impact on was the game against the Boston Celtics, where the Knicks were down 30-22, if you remember, at the end of the first quarter in the second game on a Friday night. Right. And then Kolek came in and the Knicks started this crazy 32-8 run. And Kolek was a big part of that. And we haven't seen him pretty much since that game, since the 3-game losing streak. After the Bulls game, when they lost their third in a row, he's been out of the rotation for good. Shout out to Umar Johnson. For good. He's been gone. The Knicks can't just operate without a backup point guard, man. It's becoming very evident that they need somebody to quarterback the offense, to keep the pace going, to keep these guys in motion, to keep these guys motivated on defense and and just play their style of basketball. The threes are going to come and go. I hope you guys are ready to stick with that formula because it's not going to change. But their defense has to improve. And I thought, now we're becoming a little bit addicted to the zone because it's becoming clearly evident that we don't have any real perimeter shutdown defenders. Like, we have guys that are long, like in Bridges and OG, that, can disrupt guys. But once you put them in a pick situation, right? And it's 5 guys on the court. You don't have to attack Bridges. You don't have to attack OG. You can just attack Brunson and Cat and Clarkson and Shamet and Hart. Like, you can just attack these guys. Clarkson got picked on a whole bunch of times in that third quarter where the Mavericks scored 35 points. You saw him get attacked by Najee Marshall. You saw him get attacked by Klay Thompson. Like, Najee Marshall was attacking the rim at will. He was on his way to like looked like he was going to score 40 last night. So the Knicks have an issue with guarding on the perimeter. That's why they're going zone. They've pretty much admitted they can't guard their man for the last couple nights, and it's a problem. And I've been telling you, like, the solution to the problem is not going to magically come from an external force. Like, we are not going to be able to go acquire a wing defender, like, without giving up a Josh Hart or giving up a Mitch or giving up a Deuce. Like, you're not going to be able to acquire that. And Deuce ain't going to really get you anything either. Yabusele ain't going to really get you anything. Like, if you really want a wing defender who could shoot the ball and stay on the floor and play the Knicks system, you're going to have to trade Josh Hart. You're going to have to trade Mitchell Robinson. I don't know if the Knicks are going to do that. So when I cry about Mohamed Diawara, I'm protecting your emotions because I really don't like this. This is what I care about. This New York Knicks emblem is what I care about, right? Winning a chip is what I care about. Whoever gets it done for me is a hero in my book, right? I don't really have a personal favorite player. I'm 34. Life is not promised. The Knicks haven't won since 1973. Like, I want a championship. So when I say play Diawara, I'm saying at least give yourself a chance internally before you mortgage assets to go pay a premium to get this wing defender in here. So Diawara, bravo, Mike Brown. He played him 2 minutes last night. Maybe you rounded up to 2 minutes. And he was effective, man. He got a block. Like, he's played the last 2 nights. The one night he got a steal. This night he had a block. Maybe if you leave him on the floor, he brings more energy. And that's the positive about playing a young kid who's not trying to build his brand. He's not a high-profile young player, right? He's not trying to showcase his bag. He's literally trying to do things that a veteran role player would want to do, which is know the integrity of the game, run up and down the floor, make stuff happen. Seriously, he actually fits the role perfectly. I'm not asking for him to play 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Just play 4 minutes. Give him a 4-minute stretch next game. They played the Orlando Magic on Saturday. Lengthy team. See if he can go out there and cause havoc for more than a minute. And if he can't, then pull him. But they're bringing him along super slowly. I trust the process, whatever they're doing. And it does, again, I said this on the last show, it does tell me something that out of all the kids, even if it's just a minute, it's Diawara at 19 over Dadier, who's been here a year at the same similar age. It's Diawara at 19 over Kolek, who's played 4 years of college and who's been here for a year. It's Diawara at 19 over Ariel Hukporti, who's played the center position in the NBA in big spots in the regular season. And also, I think he had a little time in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, they got the win. They got the win. I could gaslight you and do the Knicks content creator thing and be like, Knicks win a tough game. They avoided catastrophe and they avoided embarrassment. It is what it is. I'd rather take the win and move forward and see if this team could get better and cleanse the last couple nights of kind of anxiety and annoying basketball. Hopefully they clean it up. Next game is against the Orlando Magic on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. I'll be at 5 o'clock. We'll be back with a recap the following day. If there's any news up until then, stay tuned to Your Knicks. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe so we can get this channel out to Knicks fans like you. Stay tuned to my videos on my channel.